And welcome back. I'm with Krishna Bansal, the President and CEO of Q1 Technologies. Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm happy that you're here today. Give me a little bit of history of Q1 Technologies.
Well, I'll start by saying Q1 stands for Quality First. That's how we started in 2002.
Okay.
We are a national organization with having multiple offices, but headquartered here in Naperville, Aurora area. And we have been serving quite a few of the large businesses around the country in the services, retail, manufacturing area, and different catering to the several IT needs.
Great.
And we have been very successful doing that, and have been very proud to achieve what we have achieved in the last over 12 years.
Wonderful. I love that quality first. That's easy to remember. Tell me a little bit about what you do with your clients.
Well, we work in multiple areas. Our main aim is to bring in efficiencies while saving money for our clients.
Great.
We work in 4 different areas, I'll say. I'll start with that. The enterprise solutions, that is something we work with our large clients, where we go in, start from the process improvements to bringing in the right softwares and working with them. That includes bringing like the large softwares like Oracle or PeopleSoft and some of those names you must have heard about. And for the other businesses where we get in the different solutions, Microsoft, or talking about the service-oriented architecture and some of those buzz terms we work with.
Sure.
Then we work within the infrastructure field, where we provide the value-added services while bringing in all the data for data centers, the servers and hardware, the software, laptops, desktops, everything around it. So we work in that area.
Okay.
And then the third one is the managed services, where we manage services for the medium to small businesses right from our offices and provide them the complete IT solution. And fourth one, of course, like wherever clients are in need of any specific or specialized resources, we provide them with that help as well. So working as almost a full service IT company.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know that you work with a lot of large corporations. Do you do some work with medium-sized businesses as well?
Well, thank you for asking that question. That's a very important question for me. In fact, just a few years back, I turned around and looked at, as an IT company, we take IT for granted. But then I thought about who provides IT for our size of companies, who provide IT really for, and what kind of IT services do they get? And it was really difficult to find the quality IT. I mean, there are several companies in the area, but the kind of, we have been accustomed, or we have been providing the IT to the level which is for the Fortune 500 companies.
Interesting.
The idea is to bring in that same, we should have the, smaller or medium businesses should have access to the similar services, similar products, what we get to the larger companies. They tend to get expensive, but you know what? There are ways we can bring them down. We can bring to the local people. And then I started interacting with a few of our other fellow chamber members and other people and asking them, what do you do? And then I figured out there are a lot of pains in there, where they get services, but there are a lot of, especially people who are non-IT, they are dependent on working, I mean, especially, let's say, attorneys or doctors. Their business is dependent on IT. But they get, if IT is down, their business goes down.
Sure.
And there are ways this can be done in a much better way. The way we have redundancy built in, the way we have the infrastructure built in, so that if something goes down, their business is always up. So we started our services, a service division that solely caters to the small and medium companies, where we bring in all these services, quality services. We bring in, get them access to the products. We, in fact, proudly say that we compete with the Big Fours, as you must have heard, and we bring in the same services to the small and large medium companies in the area as well.
That's wonderful. So do you think sometimes small businesses think that they can't use a service like yours because it would be too expensive?
I think that's a common thing.
Sure.
The first thing that comes to people's mind is that if these guys are doing something for the large companies, it must be expensive. But you know what? The way we look at is, yes, sometimes it may be expensive, but the way we look at is that this is not, this is a service to our community.
Sure.
We want to bring it to the local level. And honestly, the way IT is growing, we are very creative in that. and it does not get that expensive. It is very affordable. In fact, at times we are even cheaper than some of the other people who are providing in the local area what they charge for those services.
Yeah, that's interesting. So there's like a misconception just because you work with these larger companies.
Definitely. And all these businesses, they deserve the level of service, they deserve the level of IT innovation that has happened, and they should be part of it. They should get that, and that is available. It's just a matter of getting it to them, because somehow companies that have access to that and know-how of that, they just are so much focused with the large companies, and we are too. We have a division, but we wanted to bring it down to these companies where they should be. It should be available to them, and they should be able to run their businesses and take full advantage of IT.
Wonderful. So in that same vein, because you're always finding ways that you can help small businesses, I know you're very involved in the community. Tell me a little bit about some of your community involvement.
Well, it's interesting. After we started our company, for several years, our clients were almost on the east and west and south and everywhere else. So we were so much focused outside. But then we realized we have a responsibility as an individual, as a business. We have a responsibility for the local area. And some of the things we are very passionate about are the education. I mean, we need to give back to our education. So we are very much connected with the school districts. We are connected with the cities, both cities, Naperville and Aurora. We want to, it's one of the goals we have set is like really try to bring all the other businesses, work with them so that we can help them. And then as we talked about the small and medium businesses in the area, we want to go out and help them as well. And then, of course, work with the Chamber and Rotary and other organizations. And as we worked last few months back, we wanted to bring a lot of other businesses who are not involved. They don't know how to get the collective benefit of being part of organizations like Chambers and NDP. So that was one of our programs we did.
Wonderful, wonderful. Krishna, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure having you here today, and we will be right back.